Okay. Hi everybody, it's Emmy. I'm sorry about last week how I didn't get a video up. I was a little busy and I had a lot of things to do. I completely forgot about it. So I'm sorry. I'm going to answer last week's questions as well as this week's questions. So how's everyone been? How's life? Mine's great. Today's actually been a really good day for me. So happy Friday. Now let's see what the questions are for last week. It was July 8th through July 14th. Okay. Question number 6. I'm just going to start right away because I really have nothing else to say. And if I do, I'll probably remember it and say it after. So, a Beatles song that always cheers you up. I'm going to have to say Obla Di Obla Da. Because, the feel of it, it's so, bubbly and fun. It's just really good. It's a good song. It's a cute song. And even though John did regret doing that later, I just think it's really cute. I'm so glad they did it. Honestly, I love that song. And Hey Jude cheers me up, too. Okay, a Beatles photo that makes you happy. I'll put that at the beginning. You'll see. Okay. And no, it's not Two Virgins, so everyone calm down. Okay. Favorite Beatles album. Okay, that's really, really hard. But, they had a lot of... What am I talking about? Every album that the Beatles ever made was good. But I'm gonna have to say my favorite album is gonna be between, because I can't actually decide for a favorite album, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, Abbey Road, or Please Please Me. I'm gonna have to say those three. So I really love those three. And if I had to choose, if someone put a knife to my neck and asked me what my favorite Beatles album was, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Oh, you know what's another good one? Magical Mystery Tour. Okay, I know I didn't say that before. Hare Krishna. It is such a good album, okay? What am I saying? It's a good album. Okay. A Beatles picture that makes you angry or sad. I'm gonna have to say a lot of the Beatles photo shoots they did with Yoko hanging around makes me sad because, when you see those pictures, Let It Be, in the studio sessions and stuff, it's just kind of sad to see that because you know that the Beatles are coming to an end and you know that Yoko's already in John's life, a lot, and they were already in love and the public knew and stuff. So, just seeing them all, droopy and they were all angry all the time. They weren't angry all the time. I shouldn't say that. They were more just, they were, how do I put this? There was a lot of tension between everyone, including especially John and Yoko versus the rest of the band because, nobody really wanted Yoko there except John. Everybody knows that. So, there was a lot of tension going on between the band and everyone knew it was obviously going to end. Let It Be was almost the last album, which would have sucked. So, thank God they have Abbey Road, but still, I don't like those, like the Abbey Road photo shoot itself at, John's home in England, when he had, the beard and Yoko was there and stuff, I didn't like that. Those pictures make me sad. They're never smiling. If you notice, most of the pictures, they're just standing there. And it was the last photo shoot they ever did together, too, which also makes me angry and sad. So, yeah. Favorite Beatles outfits. Okay, well, to be honest, I really love when John Lennon wears a white suit. I mean, I'm not crazy about the beard and stuff, but oh my god, the white suit, that was good. I love that. I love what they wore at Shea Stadium. I don't know. I know those are performance clothes, but they're just so hot. They look so good in them. I don't know. I love Paul's sweater vest from Magical Mystery Tour. Really, if I could buy that off, I probably would. So, yeah, I like that a lot. Let me think. I love their clothes on A Hard Day's Night. I mean, I know half the time they're just suits, but they just look so cute in suits, I don't like the early suits, the beginning of 1963, that's not really... It was okay, they looked cute. They were beginners, But in A Hard Day's Night with, the black tuxedo and, tux, whatever, and the tie and John's hat, it was cute. Okay. So, yeah. Okay, this is this week. Beatle Tumblr Challenge quiz. Yeah, okay. So question 11 is favorite Beatles era. Honestly, I like all of them. Like, there was no favorite era. I loved each era had their own special thing about it that I love so much. Like, whether they looked good or the music was good the whole time, but I like everyone likes 1964 and 1965 because they were young, they were famous, they were in their heyday, they looked good. I like 1963. Everyone likes the beginning. So, there's no favorite. It's just the beginning, the middle, and the end. The middle was pretty good. I really love Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, like that whole psychedelic John has a mustache era. That was awesome. Okay. For some reason, I never really dug that until like recently. Like, I just looked at a picture of John with the mustache and I'm just like, that looks good. So ever since then, I've just been like, yeah, he looks good with a mustache. Okay. So if someone put a gun to my appendix and asked me if I had a favorite Beatles era, I'd say Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band or 1965. A Beatles song you know all the words to. Give me a break. I know like the words to all the songs. Basically all of them. Like, I really have no answer for that. Like, not every single song, but like the majority of songs. I mean, I bet the most of you do anyway if you're on this in the first place. So, all of them, I guess, question mark. Your least favorite Beatles song. I don't like Revolution 9. I wouldn't really call that a song because, like, I don't know. Like, I don't like it. I mean, what am I saying? I do know. It's really weird, like, the noises in it and stuff. It's not a song. It's just a collaboration of strange noises and psychedelic backwards tracks and babies crying and someone saying number 9 on repeat for the first 2 minutes. But I never liked it. Like, it kind of creeped me out, especially if you play it backwards. It's, like, weird. Like, I don't know. I never liked that one too much. I don't really like What Goes On that much. Like, I don't know. It's not catchy. It's dry. I don't like the feel of it very much. I don't have too many Beatles songs that I don't like. Dig a Pony is okay. I don't know. I didn't really like the Let It Be album that much. Someone's gonna kill me for saying that, but it's true. I didn't like it. It's like there weren't that many songs on it. And I didn't like the feel of it. It was like depressing and Yoko and no. Okay. 5 things you would change about the Beatles. I'd change John's sudden relationship with Yoko Ono. I mean, that's not really the Beatles, but it almost kind of is because it affected the Beatles in a big ways. So I would change the fact of, like, what happened with Yoko, her being in the studio all the time and, like, following John and the whole divorce with Cynthia and stuff, that whole mess. That screwed everyone up because not only was there tension between John and his personal life, but there was tension between the band too, which I said earlier. So that kind of sucked, you know. I would definitely change that. I would change Bigger Than Jesus. That they lost a lot of fans just from that one remark. I mean, I know he was sorry about it and he didn't really mean to offend anyone, you know. But it like the whole death threat thing, that was awful. I'd change the death of Brian Epstein. I wish I could. If I could do that, I would. But obviously I can't. I'd change that. That's 3. I'd change the whole Paul is dead thing. I personally thought that was, like, really stupid. Like, I'm sorry. That just confused a lot of people. And now people are really superstitious. And if I had a band, I wouldn't want any of the members, even if they wanted to. I wouldn't want anyone thinking I was dead. Like, that's not cool. Like, that's confusing, you know? Like, no one likes that. Like, no one wants to think of Paul McCartney being dead. That's awful. Just me saying it now gives me chills. It's horrible. I never liked that. And the 5th thing I would do, probably, the horrible addiction to LSD. Because John himself almost lost his life from that. I'm sure most of them, a lot of, like, the Beatles and the people surrounding them were so addicted to this LSD. I mean, people say that the LSD helped them with their music. I personally don't agree because they could have done all of that without the drugs. Like, honestly, drugs are awful. I never, they shouldn't have gotten into drugs in the first place. But, you know, you couldn't stop that. That was so early in the beginning, like, way back. So, you know, that was already on a roll. But the LSD really took a toll on all of them. I mean, you see it in their music, you see it on their face, you see it in their clothing. The clothing was cool, you know, it matched the era and stuff, and so did the music, but like the way it was affecting them, their minds, like it was just really screwing everyone up. So, those are the things I would change about the Beatles. And my favorite Beatles book, I think we've asked this before, but I'll say it again. John by Cynthia Lennon. I mean, I know she's obviously not a Beatle, but she's a Beatle wife, so, you know, it's about one of the Beatles. It's about the Beatles in general. A lot of it has to do with the Beatles, of course. And I've said that like 6 times in the past 5 seconds. But anyways, yeah, I really love Cynthia Lennon's book. Again, this is like the 4th time I say this, but if you haven't read it, you should read it. If you think you know John Lennon and you haven't read this book, you don't know John Lennon. You have to read this book. Like, it's really good. It was so touching to me. It was just, it's like a Disney movie, except it's better. So you know what? It's reality Disney right there. So, except the happily ever after thing didn't really work out. So, if you haven't seen it, you really got to go see it. Like, I mean, read it. Sorry. Read it. I'm thinking of a movie. But anyways, it's like they should make that into a movie. Except whenever they make movies about John or Paul or something, they always get like an awful guy to play each character. Like, come on. The guy who played Paul in Nowhere Boy? No, like he does not look like Paul McCartney at all. Aaron Johnson, I'll let him pass. He's really hot, but otherwise, no. Like they always get like the worst people to play John. But anyways, so those are all the wow, that took a really long time. Those are all the questions from last week and this week. So hope you have a good week, and I'll see you next Friday. So a Ringo pick. Enjoy that. Bye.